Hello everybody, Modern Country Mama here with my promised soap video. Where do we start? Well, let's go with one of my very first soaps. You can see right here, this is what I call my mocha soap. Coffee was used as part of my lye water, and the swirls you see here is real chocolate, but don't eat it. Even though technically everything's edible, don't eat it. Alright, there's that. This little guy here was part of a very small batch. This is the calendula soap I had made. It's got a very light lather compared to my first couple bars of soap, and it's going to stay a favorite. It's really white up here because of something called ash. It happens to a lot of soaps, and apparently it can be avoided if you spray it down with rubbing alcohol. I didn't, and I think it's pretty, so what? Plus it doesn't hurt anything. This, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's a couple sparkles in this one. This bar soap, as you can see, is slightly colored. I attempted to put a liquid soap colorant in there, and I realized too late that it was for melt and pour. So it's more of a gray purple than a lavender purple like I was aiming for. Now, if you can see some sparkles, I attempted to make it pretty with some sparkly mica, and there is a little bit of lavender essential and fragrance oil in there. It's very light though. I just literally put some drops in it. I did not measure even close. It's not even close to the amounts that is normally recommended for something like this. Here we go. This is my attempted beer soap. Everyone says it's so hard to do these. I literally, with my recipe, had 0 problems. It did not accelerate in any way. It stayed very fluid. I could have done swirls with this if I wanted to. Now, in an attempt to keep everything all natural, and especially because I don't have a whitener of any sort, titanium dioxide, white micas, nothing, I thought since milk always makes the batter look lighter, I would use that to try and create a faux head on the beer soap, and as you can tell, that backfired on me. But it gives me inspiration for later, because to me this looks more like a amber beer or lager right here with where the milk is, and this to me I think would be a better foam or head for the future bars. Anyway, this is very bubbly and it's wonderful. Again, this is really the only one with scent. Every other of my bars is scentless. This right here was my second mocha batch. As you can tell, I used less coffee and more milk in here. The slightly brown swirls right here is actually cinnamon, actual powdered cinnamon, because to use the essential oil can be quite irritating to the skin, so I figured I use the powder stuff, and it does. You have to put your nose directly up to the bar, but you can smell it. This right here is the swirls of chocolate, and I am so sorry. I'm having such a hard time keeping this focused. It must be very annoying. I apologize. Over here, this slightly mottled bar is a successful hot process bar that I made. It has geranium essential oil in it, as well as a couple others, but you really only smell the geranium. I made it as a Mother's Day present, and the recipients, as far as I know, are very happy with that. This is part of my coconut bar, the pieces I kept. The rest I shredded for my laundry soap recipe, and I do my recipe differently than what you'll find on the internet. Actually, I just kind of made it up one day, and these are my soap flakes. I am so sorry for the camera. As you saw, I have molds. I'm actually really happy with these guys, and excuse my arm, here is this guy. This is part of the melt and pour I attempted to make in my latest bar. As you can see, it's very rough. It's not as pretty as I wanted it to be. And lesson learned for the future, you can't put as much melt and pour in there as I attempted. Prime example. It sits just fine on the counter all by itself, but because of this line right here, because the melt and pour literally went across the entire bar, it separated the bar. I had a tiny bit of blue mica. I tried to color the bar, but the cold process didn't color. But as you can see, the melt and pour has a nice shade of gray. I was trying to do a swirl of blue and green. So that is currently all the bars of soap I have. Unfortunately for me, I tried saving a lot of my recipes, including this guy, the sparkly guy, in a cookie on the online soap calculator I had, and eventually the cookies were erased. I didn't realize my computer would erase all of them automatically, and I lost 2-3 really good recipes, so I literally have to start over with quite a few of my recipes, including the beer soap, which is incredibly disappointing because I kept it online and I didn't write it down. This bag right here is, as you can see, scraps. If you look on my home page on my YouTube, you'll see one of the bar mates, I guess you would say, one of the sisters in the loaf. This is an end piece to the picture that's on my banner. And this is the sparkly, and I think this is the geranium soap that I kept, and then these are just various scraps that always end up falling off the bar when you cut it or what have you. This is actually a ball of the geranium soap. There was leftover soap and it was just too much to just let go to waste. Here's another one. Actually, I think that's what most of these scraps are, besides the cuttings, that flake off. It was also part of the geranium bar, and I plan, when I get enough, or maybe even with my next bar, to shred all these into bitty pieces and make my own confetti soap. So, pictures of the new mold I will show you in my Amazon haul. I don't have them built, and I did use what little lye I had left on another project, so I think I'm gonna wait on buying myself more lye. But oh, in case you're wondering where I got my molds, this I got at Hobby Lobby in the cake decorating aisle mold. I think it was meant for fondant or cakes, little bitty cakes. This guy, the leaves, I got off Amazon for just a couple dollars. It took forever to get here, and I didn't realize until the order was already placed why it was so cheap. literally came from China, so I'm not sure I'm going to reorder this because it literally took like 2.5 weeks to get here. So there's that. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will definitely bring you along with a Soapy video, but don't expect that until roughly September. I'll have an update on the house project in one of my future videos. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you're having a great day, and I love y'all. Bye.